Hey, I have a question for everybody that's watching this video. When did cheating become so normalized? Seriously. Not when did it start happening, because cheating has always happened. Let's just be real about that. People have been cheating for generations, right? But when did it become something where people just joke about nowadays? When did it become something people brag about? When did it become something that people just expect? Like, it just feels nowadays every time you open social media, somebody has a cheating story. Celebrities, influencers, almost everybody. Every podcast is talking about cheating. Every relationship discussing somehow comes back to cheating. Every week, somebody's exposing somebody else for cheating. And you know what's crazy about that? It's that a lot of people are not even shocked about it anymore. They just shrug it off and they just say, well, that's just how relationships are nowadays. And I feel as though that's the problem. I think cheating has become so common that people have become desensitized to it. So let's talk about it. One thing I've noticed, and that a lot of people probably have noticed as well, is that people rather cheat than communicate. Now just think about that for a second, how ridiculous that is. If someone isn't making enough time for you, what's the mature thing to do? You want to talk to them, of course, and tell them how you feel. Just have a conversation like two grown adults. And if nothing changes after that, then guess what? You can leave them, you can break up with them, or you can just move on. And I get that. It's easier said than done. You know, I'm not saying that it's the most easiest thing in the world to just break up with somebody and move on. I mean, probably for some people, but for most not. But it just feels that people have just found cheating as a solution. I mean, really, ask yourself, how does cheating solve anything? If your partner isn't meeting your needs, cheating does not fix that. It just creates another problem. And now you have this original issue and betrayal on top of that. And it's just, I never understood that. If someone isn't treating you right, why not leave them? Why just stay in a relationship just to go behind somebody's back? I mean, like, come on now. That takes a lot of effort. And you got to text somebody, you got to call somebody, you got to hide your conversations, you got to make all these excuses, all these dumb excuses up. Then guess what? You got to create lies. I mean, like, be real, that's work. And a lot of people don't like to do work. But you know what's just easier? What if we just talk about this? You know, let's just be honest. Let's just say to ourselves, listen, this relationship isn't working for me anymore. And you know, it might hurt, it might feel uncomfortable, but you know, at least it's honest. At least you're not going behind somebody's back and cheating. Because cheating is not honesty at all. You're just avoiding your problems. And I think a lot of people don't want those difficult conversations. So they choose the easier route. At least what seems to be easier in the moment when it's not. I feel as though the biggest culprit in all of this is probably social media. And let's talk about social media. I feel social media deserves some blame as well. I mean, let's be real. Every day we see cheating jokes, side piece jokes, work husband jokes, work wife jokes, secret relationship jokes, and people just laugh. Now, don't get me wrong, a joke is a joke, and I love a good joke here and there, right? But it feels as though the more we joke about something, the less serious it starts to feel. And then eventually people just stop looking at cheating just as a betrayal and start looking at it like it's just another part of life. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you got songs talking about cheating and people just act like it's the best song in the world. You got podcasts defending cheating. You got influencers sharing cheating stories. People exposing each other online every other week about cheating. And it's just like, after seeing it over and over and over again, people might start thinking, well, I mean, everybody does it. You know, I might as well do it too. But it's like, no, you know, nobody does it. Or I'm not going to say nobody, but everybody doesn't do it. You know, there are still some people out here who have their sense of loyalty. There are still some people out here who respect their relationships. There are still people who still choose honesty, like good people. But it just feels that social media creates the illusion that cheating is normal because that's what gets attention nowadays, you know? Drama gets views, chaos gets clicks. Loyalty has now become boring to the internet, you know? Nobody goes viral for staying faithful. Rarely at that. But every day somebody goes viral for cheating. And I just think social media has become a part of that, and that's just how everybody views relationships nowadays, you know? Let me take a breath because I'm getting a little too far in the video, but I feel like this is the biggest reason, right? Some people want the benefits of a relationship without the responsibility of one. They want somebody who loves them, of course. They want somebody who supports them. That's good. They want somebody who checks in on them. Who doesn't? And of course, they want somebody who is loyal to them. But sometimes people don't want to be loyal back. They want attention from everybody, validation from everybody. And that's where problems start to rise in somebody's relationships. Because you can't have it both ways. That's just impossible. You can't demand loyalty on one hand and then while you're being disloyal on the other hand. It just doesn't work like that. You can't expect trust while breaking trust. And I think a lot of people confuse temptation with necessity. Just because you're attracted to somebody doesn't mean you need to act on it. I mean, everybody sees attractive people almost every day. That's just life, you know? You're going to see an attractive man or woman when you walk out the street, you know? But being in a relationship doesn't magically make everybody else disappear. The difference is just discipline. The difference is boundaries. The difference is making a choice. Because let's be real for a second. Cheating isn't an accident. It's a decision. You know, you decide to text this person. You decide to respond to this person. You decide to build up a conversation and keep talking to this person. And now what? You both decide to meet up. And you both decide to cross that line with each other. There are multiple decisions involved before cheating ever happens. Which is why I don't really believe the whole it just happened type of thing. No, hell no. It didn't just happen. Get out of here with all that. A lot happened before that. And you can't sit up here and tell me anything different, you know? But a lot of people will try to make it seem that, oh, it was just an accident. Oh, it was not an accident, okay? Now, here's where things might get a little controversial, because I know everybody has different opinions on this. But me personally, if somebody cheats on me, I'm gone. There is no second or third chance. That's just it for me. There's no getting that trust back. Now, if somebody chooses forgiveness, then that's their decision. You know, that's on them. But I'm not here to tell you how to live your own life. But I will say this one thing. If somebody betrays your trust doesn't just magically grow back on the tree. And people always say, I forgive them. Okay, that's cool. That's on you. You're part of that specific group that just knows how to forgive somebody and get their trust back, you know? But let's be real. Forgiveness and trust are not the same thing. You can always forgive somebody, yes. But you can never trust them again. And that's just how it is. And I think a lot of people try to confuse those two things. The reality is that some people only feel sorry when they get caught cheating. Not because they actually cheated, because if they truly felt bad before actually doing it, then they wouldn't have done it. That's why so many people struggle after being cheated on. It's not just the act of cheating. It's the realization that somebody you trusted made a conscious decision to betray you. And that's not an easy thing to come back from. It's actually pretty hard. And some relationships don't survive that. Hell, probably most don't. And honestly, I could understand why. Because trust is one of those things that's very easy to destroy, but very difficult to rebuild. And a lot of people try to blur those lines in between. And you can't do that when it comes to trust. At the end of the day, I think cheating has become so common that people treat it like it's just this inevitable thing. And that's what's dangerous. Because the more we normalize something, the less accountable people become for it. Cheating should not be expected. Cheating should not be celebrated. Cheating should not be excused. And cheating definitely shouldn't be viewed as a solution to relationship problems. Like I said again, if you're unhappy with your significant other, then just talk to them. If things aren't working, then just leave them. If you're feeling disconnected with this person or that person, just communicate with them. And like I said, easier said than done, right? For some people. For a lot of people, it might just be, oh, another walk in the park. Cool. But don't betray somebody and then act surprised when they don't trust you anymore. Because loyalty isn't rare because it's impossible. It's rare because it requires discipline. And a lot of people don't have that. And that's something a lot of people don't want to hear. But like I said, that's my opinion, you know. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. Do you think cheating has become normalized in a way where we just socially accept it and it's just unsurprising if somebody does it? Or do you feel like social media has played a role in it? And in your case or anybody else's case, if, and I hope this doesn't happen to anybody, I really don't, but if somebody does cheat on you once, do they deserve a second chance? Before I end off this video, I do want to give a word of encouragement for anybody that has been cheated on in the past or just now. Now, when I make these videos, of course, they're rant videos, so they're kind of unserious, but also serious at the same time. Yes, I say what I want to say that's on my mind. That's why the channel is called Off the Dome. But I also want to bring a level of just awareness. Cheating is not a good thing. And if you have been cheated on in the past, or like I said now, then that person didn't see the value in you and the beauty of the person that you are now, right? And I'm not saying that cheating is the end of all things. You know, for a lot of people it might be. But I don't think so. It just might be a redirection in your life, a redirection that you needed. You know, it might be a painful redirection, but they didn't see what others see in you. They didn't see that beauty inside of you and out of you. They didn't see who you are as a person. And, you know, that's their loss. That's not your loss. You know, you didn't do anything wrong. You will bounce back from a situationship or a relationship where, you know, they probably cheat on you, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody does. Don't let this one instant of cheating just define you and be like, well, I'm always going to get cheated on. Or maybe if it happened to you again, don't let that define you. No, you're special, and I know you're special. You have all the tools and all the capabilities in the world to become the best version of yourself as possible, and don't let anybody tell you differently. A lot of people will sit up here and say, well, I got cheated on, that means I don't belong in relationships. No, that person that cheated on you, they just didn't see who you were, and that's perfectly fine. Leave them. Don't come crawling back to them. Leave them in the past and just boss up and level up and be the person that you're supposed to be. Don't sit up here and try to do it for revenge or anything like that. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself, seriously. In all seriousness, do it for yourself. If you've been cheated on in the past or now, do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. It's okay. You know, it's okay. Process it as much as possible, but don't dwell on it. Because why would you sit up here and have all these hurt feelings for somebody that didn't care for you? Choose people in your life that care for you. If they're already in your life, or if you need to seek out somebody else, choose those people that are good for you. That person that cheated on you, they're not good for you. And don't go back to them. That's just, you know, use your brain, please. Don't go back to that person that cheated on you. Be the person that you were always destined to be. Be the person that God wanted you to be. Be the person that you know who you are at the end of the day. And don't let nobody change you. Don't let a cheating situation change you. Don't let somebody who just betrayed your trust change you at all. Be the person that you're designed to be, because at the end of the day, you will shine brighter than the situation that you're currently in. So, like I said, my name is D. This has been Off the Dome. Please leave a like, subscribe, and also subscribe to my other channel, Through the Black Lens, where my serious videos are over there. These are just videos where I just have high energy and stuff like that. But my serious videos are over there and everything like that. So, yeah, have a good one.